Oh, hey there. Didn't see you there. Well, we're not in the woods right now. So we're in Caldwell, Idaho, and we're down here at what looks to be the Initial Ascent headquarters. And finally, after years of running Initial Ascent, I want to take you guys into their headquarters, go through my review and my experience with the Initial Ascent pack system, and give you guys a little insight at what's going on inside here. But first, let's see if anyone's home. Knock, knock, knock. It is a Friday, so we'll see if anyone's home.
What's going on?
Is anyone home today?
Oh yeah, we're here.
All right, we're gonna head on in. Come on in, folks. Let's see what we got going on. If anyone doesn't know, this is Cody over at Initial Ascent. Cody's gonna take care of you guys. This is kind of where the magic happens. We're kind of set up. We're gonna go over my pack here in a minute. They got their showroom here. If you're local, feel free to come on down and they're welcome to come test the packs. All right, let's jump into this pack review and go from there. All right, everyone, Cody's giving me the keys to the castle and I'm running the show here at the Initial Ascent HQ. And basically, I just wanted to talk to you guys through my last 4 to almost 5 years now of experience with my Initial Ascent pack system. What has been my experience, whether it's the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm just gonna be transparent with you guys about why the Initial Ascent system, in my mind, is going to help you achieve that next level that maybe some other packs aren't going to. So with that, here's my pack. And this is how I'm running my pack 365, 24/7. I call this my EDC pack, even though it's not really my everyday carry of my life. This is my everyday carry on the mountain. So essentially, at any point in time, I can take my pack how it is exactly right now, throw it in my truck and head up to the mountains. So what do I got? Basically, the system that this is, for those that are wondering, this is the Initial Ascent IA 5K pack system. So it's 5,000 cubic inches altogether, including the lid. And we got the hip belt pouch here. So this is the large hip belt pouch on my left side. I got the Initial Ascent water bottle holder. I've got the holster here on the side, which this is a Angry Dick leather custom holster for the Initial Ascent packs. And basically, this is a holster that we've designed and created that fits specifically to the Initial Ascent pack systems. And this lives on my pack year round, because if I'm carrying my Smith & Wesson inside the waistband everyday carry, all I have to do is switch it from that holster to this holster, and then this holster is even designed to just become my main holster that I'm wearing on my hip belt, but then also in my pants if I wanted to. So we have that. The overall features of the Initial Ascent packs, we can go over those really quick. We got our lid here. This is obvious. It's 550 cubic inches. And basically in this, I'm gonna just have all of my, what I call would be my possibles that I need quick and easy, right? So I just unzip that center zip and I can find exactly what I need. So if it's a headlamp, got the headlamp. Right here is kind of my electronics bag here. So I got extra headlamps in here. I got battery chargers, things like that. It's kind of my just techie, emergency or everyday use, things that I would need for power. So lights, chargers. And then I also got a little thing in here for snacks that I pack every day with my snacks, or in a pinch, say I'm driving in my truck and I get stranded somewhere, I at least got some calories so I'm not going to shrivel up and die. There's still tons of room in here to put whatever else I would need. Other, basic features of the IA 5K system is 5K bag, which is the roll top. And I've shown this before, how you got the extra security here with the flap on the roll top, which is super nice. But within this, really, with the horseshoe-shaped zipper, I'm hardly really even using this roll top. So I pretty much just leave this as is. With the pack system here, first thing I want to say about the Initial Ascent packs is before I started running these packs, I kind of ran your run-of-the-mill, standardized hunting packs. So we're talking external tube frames, plastic board frames, packs that realistically aren't going to cut it if you're doing the type of hunting that we're going to do. And realistically, we faced a ton of challenges with these types of packs because when we downed an animal and we went to go hike out the meat, we could never take out as much meat, if really any at all, because of the fact we didn't have a tool that could help us carry more meat out. So with the initial ASCENT pack system, we have the tool, basically the meat packer that we need, as well as everything that we're going to be carrying in a day or a few days, however we're in the woods. So the initial ASCENT pack really just streamlined that process for us and help us not have to worry about having multiple systems. Over the last 4 or 5 years, packing out I don't know how many animals at this point. Like, this pack system has changed the game as far as how we're feeling after we do a pack out. Generally, after you pack some meat out with a bag or a frame that's not really built to be custom fit to your body or, you know, be comfortable with how it distributes a load, you're going to feel that the next day, and that's going to affect your performance on the mountain. So you're not going to be able to perform at a certain level or at a high level, especially if you're on a 2-week hunt or 10-day hunt. The initial ASCENT pack, for me at least, has provided longevity on the mountain and when it comes to packing out animals. All right, so now we're going into the main bag here, and like I said, this main bag, it's got the, you want to call it a horseshoe zipper or beaver tail zipper, it doesn't really matter, but this was a really great change that Dennis and Joe decided to go with on this pack system. It makes access way easier, way cleaner, but let's start with this exterior horseshoe shaped zipper. And again, this is my everyday, this is just what I always have in my pack no matter what, no matter where I'm at. So, okay, first things first is we got ourselves, this is their bow holder. I've actually found, for anyone who's curious, you can do a rifle in this as well. You can put the buttstock of your rifle in here and it works. They also do have a rifle specific buttstock holder that they can attach, but if you're someone who likes to streamline things or only have one accessory for multiple jobs, the bow holder works like that. So I always have that. And then I'm also gonna always have some extra clothing. So kind of like a neck gaiter for warmth. And I don't know if you guys are aware, but you should always have some extra socks on you in the woods. So I got some extra socks in here. And then because I know I always have this, I'll add or take away, you know, beanies, extra gloves, things of that nature. So that is always living in that stretchy pocket. And also in here, that always lives in here, is a contractor's bag. So contractor's bag is going to serve many different purposes. If I don't have my initial ASCENT rain cover, this can cover my pack. If I need to carry certain meat or something in this outside of what's on my pack, I can use this. It just is always good to have, just in case you run into a situation. So that's all I have in my stretchy pocket, and this thing still has a ton of room. So essentially I could pack this thing down with rain gear or whatever I need. And my goal when I have my EDC carry in my pack system is I want it to have enough tools in here to get me by if I got to go help a buddy pack out, or I got an emergency situation and I break down. But also I want to leave enough room within my pack to where if I do have a season specific type of hunt, I'm able to add or take away accordingly. So that's that spandex U-shaped pocket. Now we go into the main bag here. And so then we take this beaver pocket down. And within here, this is stuff that's going to help for emergencies, for survival, for backcountry hunting, anything. So first off is Initial ASCENT also added this pocket on the reverse side of the beaver tail, which was a great add in my opinion. Serves a ton of purpose for me. I use it a lot. But basically, I put my med kit in here. And so I have my lightweight med kit in here, and then it lives in there. It's really easy to access, doesn't take up a ton of space. I could add more stuff in here if I wanted, but at least I know my med kit's in here. Now this is what my pack looks like with just everything in my EDC carry, and there's still tons of room in here for anything else. If I was going to go backpacking, I had a hunt that required more layers, and because you got to remember the roll top is rolled down, so that thing extends way out in case you need to add any of these additional items. So I could fit days of food, camp, layers, whatever. So within my everyday carry loadout here, let's start with game bags. So I always carry some game bags because you never know when you might come across some roadkill, or again, like I said, go into an emergency situation, you got to help someone pack out some meat. The game bags have served me well as far as just keeping meat clean, whether it was a roadkill situation or helping friends. Like, always keep some game bags on me. And these are the Black Ovis game sacks. Did you know our discount code, Steep Kuntry, works with the Initial Ascent system? So if you guys need to get something from Initial Ascent, go ahead, use our discount code Steep Kuntry. It is very much appreciated. With the game bags, we're talking about killing things and taking out meat. So I got my kill kit here, and basically this is just all my knives that I run, right? Knives, marking tape, whatever it may be, gloves, to just help clean an animal, process an animal. So we got kill kit, game bags. This one's fun. I got my mountain money, my baby wipes. I always got me a fresh pack of baby wipes. I don't mind the extra weight. These totally save your ass, no pun intended, if you need them to, but I also use them to just wipe my face down or hands down if I'm dirty, camping, or anything like that. So this pack's almost out, so we're freshening it up here with a new pack, baby wipes, non-scented. Love that. Next here, we have my trekking poles. And these trekking poles here, these are the Peaks Backcountry Pro Z poles. So these fold down, and now they're nice enough and fold down small enough that I'm actually putting them in my pack. So that's nice, instead of having to strap them to the exterior or take up a pocket on the exterior that could take a tripod or a rifle or a spotting scope. I have my Peaks trekking poles now folded up and put into my pack. Next up here, we kind of have a emergency pouch. This is using the Initial Ascent pack sacks here. And within this pouch, I got some extra elk calls. I got some permethrin for ticks. I got a multi-tool. I have a foldable saw, lightweight backcountry saw. So that way I can, trim anything that I need to if I'm driving on the road and there's a downed tree or anything like that. I have a way to get farther out on the mountain or in life. So next is going to be my hydration system. This is just some water filter and some water tabs, also in an Initial Ascent pack sack. So we always have a way to filter water or purify water, no matter where we're at. This is my fire starting kit right here. So this is in the small Initial Ascent pack sack, and this is I got multiple lighters in here. I got the pyro putty. I have some backup laundry lint that's going to help me start a fire no matter where I'm at. I even have a flint rod. Next up here on the pack sacks, we got kind of another emergency sack here, and this kind of includes like hand warmers, compass, got some Leuco tape in there, emergency blanket, emergency poncho, things of that nature. So just another emergency pouch. So then that way, if I find myself stranded or need something to help me survive, it's going to be in this pouch. I have my Initial Ascent rain cover, and this thing is awesome. They're universal, so you don't have to just use them on the Initial Ascent packs. You can buy them and use them for your own packs, but I call it a rain or dust cover because honestly, it works just as well in dusty environments as it does the rain. So definitely always am carrying this with me. Say you're in an emergency situation, either on the mountain or on the side of the road or anywhere, I have an emergency shelter. So basically what my shelter would consist of, very simple, is a Tyvek sheet. So house wrap, Tyvek, super light. This is a big one. I think this is 9x9 or 7x7 or something. So this is big, plenty of space. And then I have the Stone Glacier Sky Tarp. And this is a 10 by 10 sky tarp that I could do basically tent origami with and make into any sort of shelter system that's going to be needed to help me get through a night or multiple nights if I'm stranded or in a survival situation. So that's awesome. Use this in conjunction with my trekking poles, or even if I need to, sticks or stuff, I can make a shelter. All right, going back to the exterior here of my pack, I just want to talk about a few things that I think are important for you guys out there. And I'm looking at my hip belt pouch here. My hip belt pouch, I'm always carrying some gloves in here, but I think this is pretty important. One medical emergency item that I haven't touched base on, and that's because my tourniquet is in my front hip belt pouch. And that at least makes it to where if my pack's sitting in my truck or it's on my person, it's very easy to access. And a tourniquet is one of those emergency items that hopefully you never have to use, but it's really important to have on you. Some guys even suggest having two. You know the old saying, 2 is 1, 1 is none. But having a tourniquet on you is really good, and mine is always gonna be in my hip belt pouch, and anyone I'm out in the mountains with knows where my tourniquet is. So in case an emergency does arrive, they know where to locate that. Also, great thing having on my belt is the water bottle carrier. This means I'm always gonna have 32 ounces of water with me. And it's just nice to know you always are gonna have some water, even if you forget to pack some and you're in your truck or something. But lastly, on my everyday carry bag system is on the Initial Ascent lid, they have a Velcro pocket that basically you can undo and you can store stuff in. And they have a water bladder specifically designed that goes in there if you want to do that. But for me, this is kind of a safekeeping pouch, and I put, you know, a handful of things in here. Right now, I just always will have my owners and instruction manuals for all the gear that I have. So that way, if something breaks or I need to know how to use something, I can always refer back to the instructions. I know how us men feel about instructions, but important to have them. And then I also have these Wild Grip, Game Grip, sticky adhesives that help clean meat. That's just a little bonus that I carry in my lid. The Initial Ascent bag system alone, from it being just a backcountry hunting pack, is you can implement this into your everyday life as a pack for any of life's scenarios. So if you choose to carry your pack in your truck at all times, then you can put things in here that are going to have a dual purpose, not just on the mountain, but also in a daily emergency situation. Different little perspective on these backcountry hunting packs. This pack serves every purpose I need as far as my life in the mountains go, or my daily life. If you guys want to look at any of these different Initial Ascent systems, use the discount code STEEPCountry at checkout, and that's going to save you some money. I appreciate all of you tuning in, watching this. I wanted to wait until I made this video for you guys because I've now had years of experience with this pack and with this system, and the frame aside, the usability of this pack in my daily life, you know, and I feel like a lot of people watching may be able to relate to that. So it's the only choice, in my opinion, as far as when it comes to these high-end packs. I appreciate you guys tuning in, watching today's video. If you have any questions, leave a link in the comments below. If you're local to the Treasure Valley, Caldwell area, feel free to reach out to the Initial Ascent guys. They'll take care of you. They'll help you out. And until the next video, we'll talk to y'all later.